Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Hell hath no fury like a Geoffrey scorned. Lorna Slater helped bring down Humza Yousaf. She did so out of a fit of pique after he threw them out of government. And Lorna Slater is not the forgiving sort, apparently. She has quite a temper and a very long memory, as well as a very long neck. And she now is threatening to not only bring down Humza Yousaf, but to bring down John Swinney. She said that it is now a case of the Greens will definitely vote against the budget. She says the only reason they haven't officially said yet is that they want to see what Swinney will do on matters green. Trouble is, Swinney's got no money for matters green, and so the answer is very unlikely he'll do anything, which means the Greens will vote, of course, against the budget. This will result most probably in a snap election. It doesn't necessarily mean a snap election. The SNP can struggle on without that, but it would have to be done on a basis of every single financial matter would have to have a vote. It's basically too hard, too complex, and it would just slow everything down. The whole country would just grind. The whole of government would grind to a halt. And so it is 99% assured he would have to call a snap election and he would have to resign. The problem is, calling a snap election is beneficial for Labour. They want to do it. The Tories definitely want to do it. The Lib Dems want to do it. And the Greens want to do it. The only people who don't want to do it, of course, are the SNP. But since they're now a minority party, still the leaders, still the government, but a minority government, they don't have the power to stop it. However, the thing is, by this strange, curious quirk of Scottish parliamentary law, they could have the snap election, say, in February 2025, after the budget fails, but they'd still have to have another general election in Scotland, another Holyrood election, in 2026. Yes, I couldn't understand this either, but apparently it's a quirk of the Fixed Term Parliament Act, and these have to occur every 4 years, regardless of if there's a election in between. The clock doesn't reset if there's another election in between the 4 years, you see. It seems odd. So Swinney could tomorrow say, well, we're not going to get this through, let's have a snap election, bang, and go, but then there'd still be one, as I say, in 2026. Now, here's the thing. How would this work? Would Swinney be best going early? Not the best for Swinney, but best for the SNP. Well, the odd thing is, he very well may be best off going early. And the reason is, if he goes now, and the SNP gets stomped on, and Labour takes over, and with all that Labour are doing at Westminster as well, come 2026, the people will be so fed up, they'll vote Labour out. And a lot of the people who vote Labour out will go back to the SNP and vote SNP again. If he hangs on, people are still going to blame the SNP and throw them out, and there will be no way back for at least 4 years. And so there is, shall we say, not a rumour as such, but there are mentions, conversations, that this may be a route which Swinney may wish to take. He may wish to face his destiny early, go to the polls, lose, he resigns, they bring Stephen Flynn in as leader, bide their time, and then have another election in the 2026 election. That would give Stephen Flynn a clean start. They would not be the government, so he'd have no history of being SNP government. You know, tabula rasa, or tabula rasa rather. You know, a clean slate. all memory of such things has been, eradicated. Is this the way forward? Possibly. But it would, for Geoffrey and the Greens, mean they've taken down 2 leaders, broke a party, forced an election, and all because Humza Yousaf fired them from government for being truly, truly incompetent. Hell hath no fury. And there is, I think, no way back. There's no way back for the Greens. They'd never get in power again. And so for them, there's nothing to lose. And indeed, the polling shows they may even gain a seat or 2 at the expense of the SNP, of course. The other problem, of course, is that maybe Reform aren't geared up for a snap election and may let it go, in which case Labour would have a strong fielding and they could do, for at least a year, do some damage as a Labour Socialist Party in Scotland. But on the hope, of course, that come 2026, Reform do have their act together, get in, and by that time, of course, Labour will be, again, unpalatable. And hopefully, with Reform keeping reminding how bad the SNP were, they can come in and do very well. Possibly not the party of government, but certainly someone large enough to enter into a coalition with someone to run Scotland. It's all up in the air, isn't it? There's nothing settled. It's very, very complicated. The permutations are almost infinite. Infinite choice, I think. It's a case of who can foresee how the cards lie. I don't think anyone can. You can be casting the runes, checking the gizzards of chickens. I don't think the truth will be seen anytime soon. Not until December, when old 86 IQ announces her wonderful, spectacular budget filled with all the wonderfulness that will guarantee an election win. It won't. And then she'll sit back and everyone will look at it in horror. And then, of course, they'll lose the vote. And then anything is possible. Stand by for action. Anything is possible in the next 18 months, as it were. I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. But we can speculate. And speculate we will. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Do please let me know what you think down in the comments there. And until next time, stay safe, stay well, and I'll speak to you later. Bye.